guys, welcome to another video. This video is going to be me talking about my 2020 goals, and I also wanted to start doing what I want to call tea talks because I love tea and I love talking while I'm drinking tea. So we're going to have a tea talk about my 2020 goals. If you have or want to share any of your goals and you want to talk about them, you can leave it in the comments. If you're a tea lover and you want me to try a tea, I'll accept those. But yeah, let's get into it. So today's tea is Perfect Peach. I think it's Bigelow, something. It's a little orangish yellow box. Just peach. It's really good peach. Like sometimes you get a peach tea and it's like not peach, but this one is really good peach tea. Definitely recommend. Maybe I'll start like doing mugs too. I'll like get mugs. You know what? No, because it'll become a habit of me getting mugs. Not gonna do that. But yeah, that's the tea for today. So I'm gonna get into it. The first goal of mine is to continue to say no to things that do not serve me. I started last year and it's been working very well. There have been people in my life that have expected things of me because they just been expecting and been expecting and been expecting, and I've just been delivering from what they want. And you know, it didn't matter how I felt about it. It was me just giving and giving and giving and them taking, and it draining me. Like it didn't feel good at all, but I was doing it because I loved them, or you know, I wanted to keep them around. But in all actuality, I shouldn't have been doing it. It actually feels good to say no to things that don't serve you, because it like stops you from finding, you know, what works for you, or like finding yourself, because you've just been pleasing other people for so long. You don't know what pleases you. So that's one goal that I'm currently working on. And I can say, if nobody ever thought of that, that's watching, that is a goal that you need to have on your list, because I'm sure you got some people in your life that are leeches. Moving on. My next goal is to be about my health, because I've just been letting it slip. I've been on the whole like treat yourself, and that has not been working for me health-wise. That's another goal, is to save money and no more treat yourself. Well, we'll get into that when I get to it. Yeah, I want to definitely start doing better for myself. Health-wise, I actually want to start juicing. I want to read about, you know, more health benefits first, but I definitely want to start juicing, because I mean, how can you go wrong with juice from fresh fruits and vegetables? So that's one thing. And fasting, I definitely want to do that, because if we're going to be real and we're going to be honest with each other and share or you're going to be on my journey to share my life. I have been going to church more, and I found out that fasting adds more strength to your prayer. And you know, sometimes you pray and you're like, I'm not hearing from God or whatever. And it's really because you need to do right with yourself. You need to do right by him first. You need to stop sinning and all of that. And, you know, maybe your prayers will be answered, but definitely fasting, because I do want to hear from the Lord. And also I want to start exercising. And I'm hearing juicing and exercising don't necessarily work together, because you're like detoxing and you're not going to have energy. I don't know how that works yet, but I'm going to find out. That can be a sub goal, I guess, under be about my health. But yeah, moving along, the next one that I have on my list here, because I wrote them, is toxic food and behavior. They gotta go. There are some things that we do, like having sex. There are some things that we do, like eating foods that we know we're not supposed to have. You're lactose intolerant. You should not be eating cheese or ice cream. And those are two things. I speak from experience. Those are two things that I have to give up. I'm not sad about it. I don't like how it makes me feel, but you know, there's sometimes that we're like, oh, this tastes good. It feels good in the moment, but it doesn't feel good for the long run. And I'm looking for things that help me in the long run, not things that help me in the moment. Cussing is one thing. That's a toxic behavior. It's unnecessary. There are other words you can use, but I'm not going to dive into that. Gossip. Should not be gossiping, but you know, I'm one to talk because there are some times where I find myself in it and I'm like, this is not right. So gossip, and I don't know if I'll think of more, but I didn't write those down because I just knew they're the main things that I had to stop were those things, and we're moving on. So the next one that I wrote here, it kind of goes into saying no, but it's to not settle for less than your worth. That kind of, it's like, you know, you staying in a friendship that does not help you at all. Like, they're doing these toxic behaviors. They're cussing, they're gossiping, they're doing nothing, you know, to build you up for growth or anything like that. Like that. Just say no. Just say no. I was stuck in that one place and I could not figure out why. And it was because I had people in my life that it didn't even feel good to keep them around. It was just like, I'm keeping them around because they've been around for this amount of time and they've been doing nothing to help me grow. They've just been tearing me down. And that is not serving me. So I need to let them go in order for me to progress in life. Like you can't hold on to baggage and expect to move. Like you're not going to go anywhere. So that's what I had on here. And then I also added under that, not for anyone else's comfort. And some part of it was fear and, you know, how they would feel, how they would react to me, like letting them go or saying no to them or whatever. And this is family and friends. It's not just friends. This is coworkers. This is anybody in your life that you feel like, you know, you just don't feel good about saying yes to them, but you say it anyway just because of fear. And no fear. You should not have any fear. You should not be afraid of people. They're not more or less than you. We are all in the same race, but we all have some things that we need to learn. And that's some things that I feel like a lot of us have to learn out here. Moving on. The next one I have on my list is writing down my visions and making them plain. Now, I know a lot of people have said this to me in the past, but I don't think a lot of people realize that it's actually in the Bible. I wrote Habakkuk. I hope I'm saying it right, but it's in the Bible, and this is what the Lord said. So write down the visions that you get, write down your dreams, everything, because the Lord said so. The Lord talks to you, write those things down. There are a lot of things that I have planned for myself, and I finally wrote them. So who knows what the future gonna be looking like, but just write them down. So last but not least, I have on my list, live in my purpose. Now, at my church, the word for this year is discipline. And that is something that I was lacking personally. I can only speak for myself, so I know there was something that I was lacking, and being lazy when it comes to my relationship with God it does not feel good. But there are some things that he's been telling me, and there's a purpose that I have, and I need to live in that. So this year I'm going to be doing my best to live in that purpose. If you guys have a purpose, it's time. Well, I mean, God will show you it, when it's time, but it's time for you to stop trying to do what you want to do and really, really get that relationship together. I really, really hope that you guys do have goals and that you write them. This year was the first year I actually wrote them down on something, but it feels good to actually share these because I'm saying it. Usually I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll lose weight, and it's actually me saying it is actually me holding myself accountable. So I'm sharing this to hold myself accountable and to look back on this and be like, I'm gonna do that because I said I'm gonna do it, and I don't want to let anybody down, including myself. So those were my goals for 2020. I hope you guys wrote your goals down. I hope you guys share your goals to hold yourself accountable as well, or however you hold yourself accountable. I am excited for this year. I am expecting things this year. I am putting in some work this year. I cannot be lazy. I have to be a good student. And yeah. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for what I have in the future. And it was great seeing you. Bye.